Hey guys, so for those of you who have reached out, thanks for checking in. I have not disappeared. I just had a brief hiatus as life sometimes gets in the way. I promise you that I am working diligently to ensure we have some fantastic content coming up. Interviews with St. Augustine Distillery, Matchbook Distillery, and a secret one that's really exciting, but for those who are gamers, you'd be hyped to hear about it. But enough about that. I wanted to make sure I let you guys know that everything is fine, but I will be releasing a throwback episode. I know, but I felt this one was a fantastic choice as it was a fan favorite. Our interview with Tony Solis, the man behind the music in movies. It's been one of our best received episodes and it was a lot of fun, and I might be connecting with him soon, hopefully, so you could get a part 2. Either way, thanks everyone. Enjoy your holidays if you don't get to hear from me before then, but I promise you more content's coming up. So let's jump into this throwback episode. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, and if you want, make sure you're following us on all social media to ensure you get up-to-date content, cocktail recipes, and some interview tidbits. Thanks, guys. Take care. All right. Welcome into an episode of Bourbon and BS. That's happening in a rare fashion because we have stolen a guest during a graduation party. Today, I'm here with Hollywood sensation Tony Solis, straight here from California. And how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm been here a few hours now, and I'm like feeling pretty loose. Yeah. But happy to be here to support our mutual friend in her journey, and excited to see people that I don't get to see as often as I would like. But it's been a good time.
Man, Florida sucks, so just bring us all out to California, because I'm not going to tell you to ever move here.
I mean, I did live here for a little bit, but, you know.
How long ago was that?
I was teaching at Full Sail, actually.
Holy shit, how was that?
I graduated college. This was my first job. Like 3 months after I graduated, I got a job offer to just be a kind of assistant teacher person at Full Sail for recording arts, and that was 2007, actually. Yeah.
Jeez, I did not know that you had lived out here.
Oh, yeah, that's how a lot of these relationships that I've been kind of getting, like with my wife to be and stuff like that. They all started because of that initial first year that I lived in Orlando.
Shit,
and then after that, I peaced out.
He's like, "Look, I found a wife, and I'm not." No. Obviously, that happened later on. We're gonna get there for everyone at home listening, and of course, I would be rude to not say quick shout out to Savannah. Congratulations on graduating.
Absolutely.
It's been a long time coming, and that's literally today while we're here.
Yes, that's why we're all brought together, and super proud of her. And she's going to read a little card I left her pretty soon. Even though I am, like 8 years her senior, or 6, her journey has been incredibly inspiring to me. To like watch, her posting about like all of her studying and just going at it so hardcore. It just makes me kind of miss the journey that I had a bit, so that I don't take for granted what I'm currently dealing with, and like it just makes me hustle that much harder, honestly. So
that's awesome.
She'll read that and just be like, "Oh my god!"
I'm gonna send her the sound clip too, because I think it's important. Because same thing, man. I am very proud of her.
Yes.
The joke I've made is that I've known her since she was in the womb. Because I've known her since we found out today. We did the math. I found out we've met when she was 13. Her mom used to work for me.
Oh my god!
So yeah, I've known her since she was a kid. So to me, she's always been like a kid sister. It was like I adore this girl. I think the world of her. I would fucking, if she said this is someone we got to take care of. I mean, I'm not gonna put this on audio, but
yeah,
like
beep.
But no, so really proud of her. Her, and my fiance have been very much connected with this whole like school journey. So I've been seeing them both. Yeah. Be very cranky and antisocial, and I love them both for pushing through it all.
It's an infectious thing, man, to like see someone with that kind of drive, that knowing that like I'm gonna do this thing, and then other people just get infected by it and just be like, you know what, I want to do this thing too, and they just support each other. They like prop each other up. A lot of the people that I'm friends with in LA, that's how we are in the industry. We all prop each other up because when we're all working, we all eat. That's sort of the saying that we have. That's
the facts. And I feel like if you know yourself by who you surround yourself with, if your group is not growing, elevating themselves and boosting each other up and inspiring each other, you're in the wrong group of friends.
Yeah.
And look,
to each their own. There's some people who are like, hey, I've got my goals. I don't need anything else, blah, blah, blah. But you can still be motivational to friends.
Yeah.
People
absolutely.
are still working towards those goals. But I love seeing them grow and her busting her ass. And it's not like being a veterinary, like being a vet is such a
I mean,
scary, insanely hard, but like unforgiving industry.
Yeah.
Like business.
I mean, you're a doctor basically, so it's like there's a lot of responsibility that goes with that, and I know there's a ton of pressure, and it's. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to take onto your life.
Yeah, learning the anatomy of multiple types of animals is not just a human being.
Yeah.
You have to learn about all these different creatures.
You
and all
can't
these
be biased against whatever
can't.
other kind of animal.
Yeah, but like learning all the anatomy of look, I don't know enough. I'm a guy who drinks.
I know my cat throws up for no reason, and it makes no sense, and then he's fine. So
I have a pit bull that everyone crosses the street to avoid, and she's fucking has a skin condition.
every pit bull I've ever met is the sweetest dog ever, by the way.
And allergic to fucking everything. Like these dogs is like, I'm allergic to tap water. How?
They're pieces of shit. Let's be real.
Soft as baby shit, but I love those
I know.
dogs.
They used to come from like dire wolves, and now they've come to like, I ate a little bit of this and my tummy hurts, and they throw up on everything, and
I ate the wrong kind of grass, and now I'm gonna be sick for 3 weeks and give you a vet bill of like $5,000.
yeah. I make fun of our cat because I always say that he has a single brain cell because there's not much happening there. He makes no sense. But he's adorable, and we love him, and he's huge. He's an 11-pound tuxedo cat.
11 fucking pounds?
Yeah.
That's a smaller dog.
I mean, but he doesn't look it. I call him fat. Angie says that he's totally, like, normal. Our vet says, like, well, he might be overweight. But then you hold him, and he's super slender. But he's just big. He's a big cat.
It's a large boy.
Yeah, he was a parking lot cat, so there you go.
No,
We don't know what his lineage is and, what he comes from, but yeah.
Cats, like stray cats and dogs are some of the toughest. Like, those are just
They're the best, man. They're, like, immune to everything.
Bro, I made this joke about as I got older, I've been able to give my dog more, like take care of her, take her to the vet, spoil her. And I brought up privileged soft dogs now. My old dog, when I was broke, was such a thug. She's just like, I don't give a fuck, let's just fucking go. Like,
Eat whatever you put in front of me. I don't give a
yeah,
shit.
she was a hoodlum. She wasn't scared of shit. She would fucking listen, super loyal. This dog is afraid of like bags of leaves that are left out like after someone does their landscaping. The other dog was like, I will fight God.
What's that? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck me, man. I don't know. But since we're here with you, I want to talk to you about your industry that you're in. And at first, give yourself an intro. Tell people about what you do and who you are, man.
Absolutely. So my name is Tony Solis. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, Santurce to be specific. My dad worked for the government, so my English is so good-ish because we lived in Texas for a little while. He worked over there, and then we moved back to Puerto Rico. So that's where I'm from. And what I do for a living right now, I am a re-recording mixer for TV and movies. So the way that I explain that to people, because people are like, what the F is a re-recording mixer? My parents still have kind of no idea what I've ever really done. I showed them when I there's a movie I did, Murder Mystery 2, where they were in town, and I kind of showed them. They came into the stage, and they saw the process, and they're like, oh, we just thought you wrote all the music for the movies. I'm like, no, it's way deeper than that. And so the way that I explain it is inside of movie or TV making, there's a post-production process, which like with things like, even in a podcast like this, there's a certain amount of post you have to do after everything's recorded. With TV and movies, it's the same aspect. Like we add sounds to the movie. We could do background stuff like Foley, which is footsteps, like all that kind of stuff. And then dialogue editing to make sure that, you have smooths from different takes and stuff like that. So my job in specific is like, imagine all those editors were like line cooks in a kitchen. I am what would be kind of like the head chef that puts all the ingredients together and makes the final dish to present. So I have everybody kind of prep everything for me, and then I go in and make the final product. So I get dialogue given to me. Specifically, I'm a dialogue and music mixer. I get that sent to me, and I sort of balance everything out and creatively do reverb stuff and a bunch of other technical things to just make it sound either as natural as possible, or if it's very stylistic, kind of crazy movie, to make it whatever the vision of the creatives are, like the either the showrunner or the director or the writer or the picture editor.
Do you find it difficult to sometimes switch that style up to match someone else's specific vision, or is that something you've gotten?
I mean, it's something that it came with the job. I've been doing it for what year are we in? It's 2025. So about 17, 18 years now ish.
Oh.
I've been doing it a lot more hardcore the last 10 years, but there's, I've been growing.
So you refined that process.
Yeah, you refine it. And part of my specific job as the re-recording mixer, it might be just me, it might be two of us, because the other person might handle just the sound effects. I might do everything myself. It just depends on budget and money.
Yeah.
We are the most client-facing part of the audio department in movies and TV, other than, picture editors.
Yeah.
Like, we are on the mix stage with the people, and we have to deal with them head on. And so, like,
those people skills got to be there.
The people skills got to be on point. And, I'm mentoring some people right now, and that's the biggest thing that I tell them about, is that they have to just be able to adapt to every different project, because clients are all different. They could be all over the place. They can be not knowing how to communicate their ideas to you, but you have to be able to decipher it and stuff like that. So I had pure imposter syndrome in the very beginning, because I'm just like, you're trusting me with this kind of thing. Yeah. And it wasn't until I did, a movie that had a budget of like $200 million, where I was kind of like, come on now.
What movie was that?
As far as I understand, someone's going to fact check me on this. Murder Mystery 2 was up there. It had a huge budget.
Holy shit.
And I was trusted to be the dialogue music mixer for that. And there was like there's a certain amount of pressure that goes with that, where it's like there's a lot of eyes on it, a lot of executives and stuff like that are just can call you out as a fraud. Yeah. Like, they have that opportunity if they want to.
You're under a microscope much more so than you were.
And I at that point I was 38, and I'm 40 now. I'm very young to be where I kind of am in this industry. Yeah. There's not a lot of us that are my age that are doing things at a much, much higher level like that. There's a lot more scrutiny at that point.
Have you noticed that is a trend in the industry, or just in entertainment in total? I'll even equate it to even sports. We've seen younger coaches, people that are just miles ahead of what our predecessors or earlier in age. Just kind of, you keep seeing this influx of youth having further ahead in their careers, or is that just just kind of highlighted?
There is a certain camaraderie that I feel with like the peers that I have that are around my age group, like late 30s, early 40s, that we feel like it takes a specific kind of client to be. I'll put it a much easier way. Like, if you had $100,000 budget and you put a bid out,
pretty close.
Do you want to be able to hire the 3-time Oscar winner that's, in his late 60s or something like that, or for the same budget, the new hot shit or something like that? That's like, and that's up to the client at that point. They're like, there's a certain amount of trust that's already implied by going with the more veteran, or like, hey, let's try something fresh. So we're finding ourselves, we're working with a lot of first-time directors. And, when I did Woman of the Hour, that was Anna Kendrick's first directorial thing. And she was, as soon as I met her, it was very much aspect of like, hey, Tony, lovely to meet you. I have no idea what this process is. Please help me. Please educate me. And we got into, we're about the same age. And we hit it off on that whole level of just like leveling with each other, of like, she has a vision and she trusts me because I've been doing the thing. And it's like, we had that sort of camaraderie because of that. Not every client's like that. Yeah. Someone might just be like, I just want the most experienced person. That's it. But depends
on the client.
Yeah, it depends on the client. But we're finding right now that it's like, it's pretty cool to be in this little peer group that I have of, we're all getting really cool projects and really great clients that we're dealing with. Some of us are starting to get recognized in the industry early on. Yeah. And it's been it's been pretty cool. It's very competitive. It can be,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. But I find that it really depends on that client that would want to experiment or want to just take a chance because like they just want something fresh. And that's, you know, to answer that question, that's the kind of client that you would need. It's someone that's just like, you know, I've been working with these same people for X amount of projects. Let's just shake it up. Let's just try something fresh. And that's where we kind of have been. A lot of the other clients that we've had have just been people like that. They're like, yeah, let's try the new people. Let's try out.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
I think that's really an interesting thought because we have production studios like A24 who are doing things outside of the box. We're seeing kind of, excuse me, I've made this joke with friends is people really heavily rely on tried and true movies.
Yes.
So you know that director, you know that person, you know this, and you're going to try it. But then you start seeing Chuck Hogan, you start seeing all these people break off like kind of new, refreshing takes on things. And I think that also comes with like the sound, the screenplays, the directors. Jordan Peele's finding success, which is relatively young in the game comparatively to the Michael Bay's and all these people. You know exactly what you're getting. But as a consumer, people heavily go to what they know. So it's much more challenging for people to break off and do something new and exciting. So I find it interesting that newer directors are like, look, I'm trying to do something new.
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of them they're trying to make a name for themselves.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't want to carbon copy what's already been
done.
Yeah,
and let's stir the pot. And a lot of them, thankfully, are realizing that sound is at least 50% of a movie.
Yeah, it is.
If it is a stylistically kind of movie, you know, I've done movies that are just dramas that we just have to be very invisible in what we do because the story is king at that point. We just
No
don't
Country
want
for Old Men.
Yeah, we don't want to get in the way. We want people to, you know, my job as a dialogue mixer on like something like that, like No Country or a narrative drama is let me make sure you get all the dialogue because that's your story. And let me make sure that the world is balanced so that nobody's like, oh, that's weird. Because as long if you're ever kind of like jolted out of the story because of a weird sound effect or just some decision that was made like that, then you didn't do your job.
You did a disservice to everything that you've led up until that point.
But at the same time, you have great A24, you have great Neon, you have great other studios and production people that are doing these kind of projects where they're relying, like if you've seen The Substance, where they made a point of making the sound a meal in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like they weren't being apologetic about, we're going to put the sound right in your face. Like all the really hardcore sound effects of the gore and all that stuff, they was just in your face.
Visceral like, noises and all that. And it also transports you, right?
Yes.
It gets you deeper into the story. In those senses.
And you're not, it's not shocking to like, oh, well, that was a weird choice. But at the same time, doing what I do, I'm watching that movie, loving all those choices, but thinking of all the clients that would have a note right there of like, that's maybe a bit too much. And it's like, well, that's the point. That's the point. And that's what glazes my donut at that point where I'm just sort of like clients that can get into that realm of just like, let's just mess around.
It has to be fun to you too.
Especially if it's a movie or a TV show or an episode of whatever, where the story is being partly told by your decisions in the sound side of things, either musically or sound effect wise, or what I do to the dialogue. I can start to do crazy shit to it to make you like confused as a viewer. That helps the story. Like, and if a client gives you that sort of rope to do that, oh man, that's starting to play. Like you just go to town.
That has to be so much fun too, because I could imagine if you've been in the industry for as long as you have, doing a cookie cutter, just doing what's tried true and like, you know, the recipe and being like, I've made food. I've made the same tiramisu 16 times. I want to make something different this month. And someone's like, hey man, I have a really weird idea. Come here.
It's like, I mean, like my ears will perk up immediately.
Tell me more.
It's never worked for me. I've never felt like I've like worked. I can do 9 out of 10 projects that I do will be that just make sure that everything sounds great and deliver. And then that one project will come around that will just be like, oh, you want us to play? All right, let's go. And you just, it's very easy to kind of just, all right, let's play, because you've been honing those kind of abilities to just do the thing.
Yeah.
And once you get to play, you're like, all right, let's just go. You get it in the pocket and like, let's take it further. and it's a pretty cool place.
That's awesome, man. And you've been working with some pretty big names, and I want to get into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just real quick for anyone who's listening, if you've ever really enjoyed my intro,
Oh yeah,
Tony made that for me.
I did.
Yeah, so that Bourbon and BS song that everyone like every time I have a guest on and they listen to it and jam out,
It's like, what's that?
Tony made that for me.
Yeah.
And as like we joked about, like, oh, there's a soft rebrand coming. He's like, you're gonna need new music. I was like, I don't know if you were more excited than I was when you said that. You're like, I'll make new music right now.
Hey man, I know people.
I know people, one or two. We're gonna take a quick 30-second break. 30 minutes. That's a long break. 30-second
dude.
break and get right back into it because I want to hear more about one, how'd you got into the industry? I heard about Full Sail starting out here, everything like that. But what really was like that moment where you broke in and when you got into LA? So be right back, guys.
Hey guys, here at the show, we ask that you follow 3 simple rules that'll save your night and possibly your dignity. Rule number 1, don't drink and drive. Seriously, Uber exists for a reason. If you wouldn't trust yourself to build IKEA furniture after 3 bourbons, you definitely shouldn't be behind the wheel. Rule number 2, avoid Amazon one-click buy. Drunk you thinks a medieval suit of armor is a great investment. Sober you, not so much. And then try to explain it to your credit card company then. And finally, rule number 3, do not text your ex. Look, they had their chance, and you deserve better. No one ever found happiness at the bottom of a 2 a.m. I miss you text. Move on, hydrate, and remember, you're better than that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Text literally anyone else. Text your Uber driver that you missed them, but not your ex. Seriously, all jokes aside, stay safe, do the right thing, and take care of yourselves. All right, guys, now back to the show.
All right, we are back. That is the first time Tony has heard the new Don't Drink and Drive commercial.
I like
So, hey, got to have some fun with it. But obviously, guys, drink responsibly. Don't do anything stupid. Please, because I would hate to ever hear some shit about that from one of our listeners. So, a little bit more about your origin story. So, how did you get, like, once you did everything here Full Sail, you got your what is it? You got your feet wet here in Orlando, all that. What first pushed you to go to Cali? Obviously, outside of like it made sense. But two, what was it? Just tell us about that experience. What happened there?
Yeah, it's a complicated story, or not. Yeah, I'll go back like a few years. I actually went to college in Boston. I went to Berklee College of Music. I've been a musician since I was a little kid, and I didn't know how to do anything else with my life. So I was like, I'm going to go to music school. Great decision, to be honest. But I actually
seemed on the fence there when you were about to say it.
Well, you know, like if my daughter
people
were
can't
to
see you.
I know if my daughter were to tell me like, Dad, I want to go to music school, I'd just be like, hey, well, let's talk. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I learned in music school that has made me the person that I am in my current career, sure. But it's one of those like, YouTube's great. YouTube got some cool YouTube University stuff. If you want to,
is that how you feel about some of that?
It really depends.
Not to diminish the experience. Obviously.
It's not at all. Like I went to that school for that specific purpose of having a very solid music education, and then their engineering program is the main reason I went. And I can't say that you can learn all that shit on YouTube for sure.
It's oversaturated information, and
that's hands on. Yeah, like I learned because I did, and my signal flow and knowing compressors and EQs and all that stuff is because I was doing it every day for 3 years.
As someone who has tried to learn all this on YouTube, no,
I get it.
No, being kind of funny, but because there's reasons why sometimes I hit you up, guys. If you've ever really enjoyed my Lance Winters episode. Tony did that mixing. There are times where, hey, I don't know what's going on with my noise gate. I don't know what's going on with this. And years of experience could not be chalked up to, that could be equated with like 15 minutes of YouTube.
Yeah.
Reels.
I mean, it's easy for me to say like, oh, well, you know, you could, I guess I'll say like the base of my knowledge.
I'm just saying, give yourself more credit for that.
I'm going to give my school, Berklee, their credit because that base knowledge allows me to be able now to be like, well, yeah, if you have that base knowledge, then go on YouTube and then watch something to see how to do something a little bit more unique.
And your daughter has you there as a physical base knowledge.
Exactly. Like, you know, and I can be that for her. So if she wanted to go to music school, I'd be like, oh, you know,
YouTube.
Let's talk about it. But I'm not gonna. She can do whatever the hell she wants. To be honest, she's almost 12. She can figure her shit out.
She's what? Is this the
dude.
age where we just like start letting kids figure shit out at 11, 12?
I mean, I was already a musician at this age, at 11, 12. Yeah.
So really, what was the first instrument?
Guitar.
Really?
Yeah. I would. My uncle had given me a guitar, and it was just something I just taught myself to learn how to play, and then I started playing for my school. I was one of the only guitar players, if not the only one, after a few years, and I just became like that kid in school that played guitar because I went to a Department of Defense high school, first of all, which is a whole other story. My dad,
I don't have that kind of time. Your fiance is going to yell at me.
I know. No, we're good. Don't worry about that. But no, it's basically my graduating class was 18 people. Like my entire K through 12 school was about 200 people total. So it was a small thing. Yeah, if I was the only guitar player, I was the only guitar player. That was it. But yeah, I met this great teacher at Berkeley, Jeff Largent, and I will send him this podcast because he needs all the shout outs in the world.
Please do. More people.
He worked in LA for a while as a sound effects guy for movies and TV. And he was a teacher at Berkeley, and he basically like put the like the spotlight on the film industry.
Oh shit.
For me, because I went to a music school, like there they only talked about film scoring, which is like writing music for movies. And I was just like, "Oh no, this is awesome." At that all that to say, I graduated. I had no idea what to do kind of afterwards. I knew I wanted to get to LA. I got offered a job at Full Sail to just sort of teach audio post because that's what I wanted to do anyway. I had already done some audio post stuff while I was in college too, so that helped. And then basically, I think I lasted only like 11 months here.
Really?
and then I was back to LA. My going away party at Full Sail, they were just like, "Yeah, we were surprised you lasted this long."
Why?
Because they were just like,
You're better.
You're young. You're meant for bigger things."
Okay.
Like that kind of attitude. So I got out to LA, worked in video games for a while. For Activision, I worked for Neversoft.
Holy shit! I did not know that.
I worked on a lot of the Guitar Hero games, which is how I got to LA.
Which is Guitar Hero was an introduction to a lot of genres coming up in the hood in New York that I've never heard of in my life.
Yeah. That's it was a cool place to be.
Even the song "Even Flow." I've never heard that song until I played it on Guitar Hero. Yes, for anyone listening at home, yeah, it came from the hood.
Eddie Vedder would be so happy.
You heard of my music the first time just from a video
just because
game.
of that video game.
But to be fair, now it's added onto my fucking playlist for the gym.
Yeah. And I think that's why that game, like, it made rock and other genres of like that kind of rock world like so accessible because it gamified them in that way,
which is a dope thing.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. And I worked on I think 8 Guitar Hero games, like 8 different ones. I did the Metallica one, the Van Halen one, the Guitar Hero 4, which was World Tour.
Wow.
Guitar Hero 5, Band Hero.
I know that you were a gamer because we talked about video gaming and setting up gaming PCs, and I gave you some like, hey, this is what I use and this is what I use. Well, part of the reason why we like linked up was talking about video games.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know that you were out there you were working on video games.
Yeah, I was in the development.
That was
side.
way bigger of a deal to me than Anna Kendrick. Okay, you should start with. Sorry, Anna.
I'm gonna send this to her too.
She's like, I don't know who that is. But no, that's awesome. And so you came out,
I don't. It was a great part of my life. Like it was coming up in LA. I took that job because it got me to LA. I knew that I was gonna be in movies.
Yeah.
So like literally, I think within the first month that I was in LA. I found people to play music with and record with. And I started to look for clients to do like indie movies or indie short films because I knew that I'm in LA, I'm in the place where it happens. I'm just going to start networking. I had a full-time job with benefits, but I was like, that's cool. But you're young enough. Fuck these benefits. Yeah, dude.
I'm going to live forever at 25.
What was sleep?
What do you mean? I need health insurance in my 20s.
I know. I never touched it. Let's be real. But yeah, it's that drive like of wanting to work in movies was pretty embedded in my time at Berkeley. So as soon as the video game industry is crazy for anybody listening, it's pretty volatile. It's all over the place. You might get hired for a project and then you get laid off. Like you move all around the place.
It's happened so often recently.
Yeah, I mean, you see it all the time. Like, this studio lays off X amount. Oh, that studio lays off X. And, it kind of like takes the wind away from your sails if you want to be in the industry. But everyone that I've worked with at Neversoft, they're still in it. Like almost everybody is. I'm one of the only people that was just like, well, I want to work on movies, so I'm just going to go do that. So
you transition from video games to movies. Was that? Yeah. But I mean, that was the goal. So it shouldn't have been difficult. You were just like, I need to get in there.
Yeah, it was.
What was the first step?
First step was my daughter was born in 2014. I've worked in games for a few years, and then I did contract work for like other small mobile games. Remember when mobile games were huge in like 2010, 11, 12?
When people were figuring out cell phones could do more than just
I basically did a ton of contract work for like sound effects design and other aspects for a bunch of those companies. Like I sustained myself that way, and then I got hired at a startup company that was doing like music technology, that was trying to gamify so that they can patent their technology. So they were like, "Hey, you worked with the Guitar Hero team. We want you." And that was like a corporate job, the highest I've ever been paid in my life. And I'm just like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And then my daughter was born. And basically 2 months after she was born, I'm just like, this is not the path where I wanted to be by this point. And I actually, left a 6-figure job. I just quit. Well, it was complicated. But I wanted to step away.
bonus episodes for
Exactly.
the complications.
Yeah, I wanted to step away so that I can just focus on just doing post. And I made friends with the studio in LA, and I just literally went from a 6-figure salary to like $20 an hour, just right away with a 2-month-old. And because I was like, I need to go on this path. Like, this is what I'm meant to do. That's why it's like when I give people advice, I'm very much the personality of just like, I just let myself fall forward and I just go for it. And
Good shit.
it's tough. I'm not going to say that it's super simple, but I did that for several years. I just sort of did dialogue editing. I did recording for like anime English dubbing, which our mutual friend John was all about. I gave him tours whenever he would visit LA.
Which we can't wait to do.
Yeah. Dude, yes, please. I'm still friends with them. And over time, like I said, I was still kind of parallel doing music stuff. I was parallel doing indie movie stuff. I just met a lot of people, and I was finally, a few years into that, I was just given the right sort of opportunity. And I just, owned it, and that was it.
What was the first movie?
It was the first like union project that I did that was like of like really importance was a documentary for, before that. Big union one was a documentary for the Jonas Brothers called Chasing Happiness for Amazon.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got hired. It's funny. I got hired on that.
for Amazon.
Yeah.
I just realized
that was just like a little like one project thing.
As I was realizing, as I said, I was like, I forgot they made movies. How did you work with the Jonas Brothers directly for this one?
We worked with one of them. I can't tell you which one. I don't remember. They were all involved, like, and then their manager. But yeah, it was like the director kind of took it over. But yeah, it was just like I was hired on that movie to just be like a stage engineer, to be like an assistant to the mixer. And as soon, like literally day one, I walk into the room and the sound supervisor, Paul Stanley, he's like, "Hey,
Shouts to Paul."
Yeah, I love Paul. I did the Anna Kendrick movie with him. That's when we met. Was that day? I walk in the room. He's like, "Hey, Tony." He's a Brit. I'm not gonna do the accent. Sorry, Paul. He was like, "You mix, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Cool. We need a mixer to sit on sound effects for this movie." And I went to my boss's office. I'm like, "Hey, they want to upgrade me," and they're just like, "Well, that was that. That was it." And I mixed with a legend of the industry.
You were on set for 5 minutes.
Yeah, literally walked on the stage, and like I walked in to start setting up, and he was just like, "Do you mix?" And I said yes, and that was it. And there's another point in my career where that's happened, and it's just you just don't say no. You say yes.
And you figure it out.
Yeah, and I mixed with Gary Bourgeois, which is like a legend in the industry. I learned so much from just watching him for those like week and a half. And then I mixed with him a few more times. I got other movies because of that, other shows. I did my first one that I did as like the main mixer, the lead mixer, was Undercover Brother 2.
I forgot there was a sequel.
I could trust me. And it was so cool to do.
Eddie Griffin?
No.
Who's it part 2?
No, part 2 is like a whole different cast. It was like, oh man, yeah, you got to look that up, because I remember the quick story I'll tell was, as a musician, I know who a lot of like jazz musicians and stuff like that are. And one of my favorite bass players of all time is Stanley Clarke. And he wrote the music for the movie and was on stage with me, and I freaked out.
You ready?
Yeah, go for
So
it.
it's Michael Jai White,
Yep.
Valia Odman,
Yep.
Gary Owen was in it, Bruce was on it, Jeff Daniel Phillips, Barry Bosquich, Afon Crockett.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was a wild cast. It was just It was basically like the first movie. Just on steroids. Like they just like went way further with all the tropes and all that. So it was hilarious. So that gave me my first experience of like leading a mix for a big budget project like that. And that I felt pure imposter syndrome. I'm just like, they're going to figure out that I don't know how to do this, right? And basically, it was just the perfect project for me to just show what I can do, because it was a music-based thing. It had great music by Stanley, had great needle drops of just like cool freaking moments.
It's a 2019 film. It wasn't really high, but that, you know, it's one of those.
I mean,
movies,
it's one of those comedies.
But I didn't realize that you
Yeah.
worked with that. Was it? It had to have at least been funny and fun.
Oh, dude,
when you
it
work on
was
comedies,
it was stupidly funny. Yeah. It was so easy to work on, and like I said, being my first one, I was so nervous that like I was just gonna mess it up.
Do you feel like the imposter syndrome still sneaks up on you now, as tried and true as you are? And it's okay to be vulnerable. We've been drinking.
Yeah, a little bit.
Drink of the day, pour of the day. By the way, today's Kentucky Owl. But this one's finished in a really Takumi edition. So it's a Japanese blended.
I was gonna
whiskey
say-
with an American blended.
This has like a vibe of Japanese whiskey, because I feel like the bourbon Kentucky thing, but there's just something about the
Softer
finish.
notes of the
Yeah, like the
finish.
finish and like the. Does whiskey have tannins, or is that just wine?
Just one.
Oh,
Well, there's
shit.
kind of like tannins, but
Well,
not really.
like I'm like the finish of this is very Japanese.
Yeah. So so that's what's interesting about this. I did not. So this one I honestly brought specifically for today. It's a special bottle because someone was graduating, but we opened it. You and I. We're going to share it with everybody out
Absolutely.
there. Now that the crowd is thinned down a little bit, but it's a collaboration with Yahisha Yosuke, Japanese whiskey blender, and John Rail is the Kentucky Owl Master Blender. So this limited edition is actually fucking really delicious. I
It
was
is
not expecting this. to be
So
that
good.
I was so mad. Stay tuned for a little special. We'll talk about it more in depth in a little excerpt outside of this. We have limited time with Tony, so I'm not going to waste it on reading the nerd stuff to you.
You're good.
So, working comedic. So the imposter syndrome. Does it still, after years and years of doing something well and getting all the accolades? Because we will touch on the fact that you've gotten multiple accolades. Is it hard to get past? Do you feel like that gives you drive? Like, do you still feel like you get imposter syndrome?
Simple answer, yes. I mean, to talk about like the things that I've achieved, been nominated for 4 Emmys. I won 1, been nominated for 2 Cinema Audio Society Awards, which is like the peer awards. And I won 1. And it's one of those, like, that's like the people I look up to. And they said, yeah, you're good enough to.
Is that more important, the peer group versus like some people sitting behind a desk?
Then like an Emmy, yes. The CAS, honestly, to me personally, meant way more, because
Cheers to your accomplishments. That's what I'm pouring more. Cheers.
yeah, because that's like the people, that's your peers. That's, your peers are telling you that out of the 70 or 80 submissions and then the 5 nominations, you're the one that like really, like, you nailed it. And these are all super veterans of the industry.
It's got to be better because those people actually know what the fuck they're talking about. They know
they know what is a good mix.
Yeah, they know the nuances. They're paying attention to shit that the casual or someone who's look, I don't know enough about Oscars,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that there's an appreciation from someone who has experience behind the camera, director, actor, all
Yeah.
that, as opposed to someone who's just taking in the medium at the end, the final product. So hearing your peers who know the process, know the painstaking depths that you went through,
Yeah.
and they're like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing, must be bigger.
I mean, it made me feel like I'm one of them, but there's still that aspect of like, I'm young. I still have so much learning to do.
Yeah.
So it's not that I get the imposter syndrome anymore. It's just more like, I'm not going to just feel like I know what I'm doing.
You're not gonna get too big for your britches.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep learning. Every project is different. I'm going to keep learning something new. I work with different crews on almost everything that I do. So it's like everything is a learning opportunity. And part of the reason why I love what I do is because I do different stuff in close succession. I don't work on a project for like a year or 2. I work on something for like a month or 2 weeks or 3 months. at most. And I get to do different kinds of stuff all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it also probably never gets boring.
Nope. It's never work. It
never work.
It's never been work. It's never been work for me.
It's always you're not stuck behind like a desk doing the same monotonous thing every single day. You're faced with a different challenge or objective every other project.
Yeah.
So it must be
Because like the technical side of it is all the same, but then the approach changes in every project. So it's like you have those set of skills that you're just like, well, how am I going to apply it to this one?
Yeah.
It's not like set it and forget it. Like, what's a good preset to make this sound good all the time? It's like, nope,
so
that doesn't exist.
You and I talked about that because there was like, hey man, like what would you recommend and tools? And you're like, it's not about the tools. I can give you every single tool possible.
Yeah.
But it's about the experience. And I respected that right from the beginning. I was like, no, I understand. And I knew it. I understood it. But for anyone at home who gets pissed off when like, hey, simplest thing, but it's not even simple. When people get pissed, a mechanic can fix your car in like 30 minutes. It's like, it took 15 years to figure out how to fix it in 30 minutes. So yeah, you're not paying for the time it took me to do this. You're paying for the experience I have to be able to do this well.
Yes.
Quickly. So having that experience and diving into so many projects makes you probably super multifaceted, much faster than a lot of people.
Yeah. And I will tell you the best thing I've ever learned in this industry is the triangle. I'll explain the triangle to you.
Please do.
Good, fast, cheap.
Yeah.
Pick two.
Ha! Yeah.
And that applies to everything, but
do you want it good and
specifically
fast?
in like
it's not going to be cheap.
It's not going to be cheap. Exactly.
Want it
because you're
fast?
paying for that experience.
Yeah. Do you want it cheap and fast? It's not going to be
It's
good.
not going to be that good.
Do you want it cheap and good? It's not going to be that fast.
Exactly.
It's whatever the fuck I get to
Yeah.
it.
And it's like whenever I get to it, I work on it as, I'll overlap my projects because of situations like that where it's just like, listen, we don't have a great budget, but it's a cool thing. It's like, cool. Well, I'm going to need X amount of time. It's like, well, that's a long time. I'm like, well, the budget,
The triangle.
like you got to pick two. Like if you need all my time, it's going to cost. And
That's fair.
And that's fair. I think it's fair. Like, your worth, your value.
Yeah.
And that's something that as you get more experience, you get more confident about like, well, you know what? People keep calling. So
Yeah. Hell, I remember when you first helped me with the music, I was like, hey man, do you want me to pay you? And you're like, listen, I'll tell you what my rates are, but you're a friend. I was like, hey man, look, I can give you a handy J.
hey there.
Hey there, buddy. No, but it's fair. And I think that when you think of creatives, one of the big things that I've always hated, and when strangers because you could hook up a friend. Hey, we're friends. We're all up and coming. We're doing something. That's different.
Yeah.
But I've hated when I've heard like, oh, you should do this for the exposure. It's like,
I don't need that.
no.
In the very, very beginning,
yeah.
I did a lot of free stuff, and I'm not going to be shy about like admitting that I did.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
a ton of free stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with it, but I hate those people. Like I've been in situations, like I'm not going to name names. There's specific people I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, this artist should be on this and do this because of the exposure. Or, oh, this person should do this because of the exposure. I'm like outside like party. I'm like, why would they do that?
Yeah.
They're super talented. They're busy. They're scheduled. They're booked. They don't need exposure.
Yeah.
They have bills.
But then, okay, real talk. Why don't they pay the Super Bowl performers?
because that's different though. That's a
everybody
different
knows who
stage.
Kendrick is.
Yeah, but that's a different stage. If my local podcast could bring in the same amount of people that the Super Bowl could, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You should do it for the exposure.
Yeah. I mean, Beyonce didn't need exposure, but I mean,
Well, yes, she did. Actually, it ended up flooding a lot of a different market when she did her stuff.
that's true.
So it exposes people-
She got the cowboy.
Yeah, straight up. We forget. For people who've listened to the show, we forget that there are different niches.
Yeah.
There are people who watch watch football who've never listened to hip hop. There are people
true.
who watch the Super Bowl religiously every Sunday, have no idea who Kendrick Lamar was. There are people who straight up really thought, I have no idea who this guy is. This is terrible. But meanwhile, his
They don't know.
They don't know. Not like us. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Then those people went and researched the music and researched Drake. So his niches, and those are different like mediums. If I could provide that kind of exposure, all of you should be on here for the exposure.
I'm not being paid for this.
He's been getting drunk for this. This is what we're doing. Paying him in bourbon.
Angie bought the ticket. It's fine.
Did she really?
No.
Oh, I was about to say. It's like, all right, cool, because I'm not paying Angie back either. I've known her way too long. So, all right. So you got involved. You went from Guitar Hero into mixing, then Undercover Brother 2, and you did a couple other projects, but you not dealing with I think that I commend you on it. You're not getting too big for your britches. You're not getting ahead of yourself. You're not thinking, I'm done. I've learned it all and I'm great.
Never. Yeah.
And part of the reason, Tony, I like you I adore you as a human being, and I didn't know you were a sound mixer or did any of those things. I was like, Tony's such a nice guy. Like, I like Tony. He's actually pretty funny. And they're like, oh yeah, no, he's like involved in Hollywood and stuff. I was like, Tony's an important ass person. You had me here feeding him chicken wings from fucking Publix. Fuck is wrong with it?
Yo, those were good chicken wings.
But the wings were bomb. But all that to say, like, you've never given the impression of where you thought, like, hey, I've made it. So I respect it, and I give you appreciation for that.
You'll get nowhere fast if you have that attitude. One of the biggest pieces of advice I got from Michael Minkler, which is a huge name in our industry: don't be a dick.
Yeah,
it's just don't be a dick
in life. It's
so easy to not be a dick.
I've been saying that. I work in a certain type of industry that if people were not dicks, I would not have a job.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, you meet anybody that does what I do at the level that I'm at or higher, that's the one quality you'll see with everyone. They're all just good hangs. They're all just quality people.
I love that.
And there's just something about, like, I don't think that's an accident. Like, a lot of the more intense people that are just like, this is an art and I got to do this. And it's cool. They push our industry further, but it's one of those, like, they're the oddity, not the norm. It's a collaborative. Exception. It's a collaborative career. Mm-hmm. Like, we collaborate. It's not my movie. You have to remember that. It's not my movie. It's not my show.
That's really fair.
I'm at the very end of the process.
That's really fair.
Of their creative journey. So I'm there to facilitate them finishing it.
If anything, you're arguably the best team player on the team.
You have to be
one of the best team players. You have to take all that information, all these like goals from everyone involved in.
I'm the last runner in the 4-runner relay, basically.
God damn, you're the anchor.
Yeah, you have to be the anchor because it's like just to be real with you, it's like most of the projects that I do, they're like a year and a half into it by that point that it gets to me. They've had drama like crazy, you know?
They're exhausted,
and they get to you like, oh God, I've seen this movie a million times. I'm just sick of it, and you have to figure out a way to make it exciting for them again. And when they get excited about their project again, you notice it, and you're just like, yes.
That's insightful because that makes a lot of sense. You have to be the best collaborator involved because everyone else is run down. Some of the people already left the project because they moved on to other things. So you might not see those actors again. You might not be. Yeah. So shit. Good to know.
You do certain sessions where you're just like, wait, when did we do this?
So you were sitting there, like, when do we record this? In June, Margaret.
Yeah, I just did an Al Pacino movie a few weeks ago, and I found out during the process of mixing it that it was actually filmed like 3 years ago. And I'm like, what? And the director's like talking about it. Like,
that's how old this new baby is.
And exactly.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick.
Well, his baby's in the movie. Funny enough.
Are you serious?
I'm not even joking.
I was trying to be okay. We're gonna take a quick break. Sorry, Al. I know that you're a Patreon. Please don't sign out of this. We're right back, guys.
Sponsor of Bourbon and Bullshit, Big Bang Boom Collective is Orlando's burlesque and cabaret entertainment group, comprised of Midnight Fables Cabaret, Big Bang Boom Cabaret, and Foxy's Den. Follow us on Instagram at Big Bang Boom Collective, or join our VIP email list for info on upcoming shows by visiting www.bigbangboomcollective.com.
All right, guys. So if you ever want to tune into the bonus episode where we talk about how you can set up your kid for life when you're a mega millionaire Hollywood actor, tune in for the bonus features. Uncut and unfiltered. But all right, so recent projects, you just hinted at it. You did one with Pacino, baby, and full-grown Pacino.
Yeah, full-grown Pacino.
Which one was an easier person to work with?
No, I didn't work with either of them, so we're good.
But so what are the recent projects and everything you've got going on? Anything exciting coming up? I mean, everything seems exciting every time I fucking talk to you.
I mean, it's been an interesting several years since COVID, for sure. I've done a lot of crazy shit.
How about this? Tell us about the projects you've done since COVID, like just rapid fire, the interesting one, because you've done some good ones. Hustle, a couple of other ones.
Yeah, so I'll start with Hustle because, so the first movie I did after COVID was a COVID movie, funny enough, with Victoria Justice. She was a Disney star, I think. That was all filmed in South Africa because they had lax COVID rules.
Okay.
And it was really interesting to me because it was like the movie was taking place in San Diego. I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah.
But it was all filmed in like Johannesburg, I think, in
is
South
hilarious.
Africa. So everybody had an accent, and I'm like, cool, except Victoria Justice and her friend. So whatever. It was called Afterlife of the Party. It was on Netflix. It was like a fun comedy. But after that, yeah, I got into the Sandler camp of like Happy Madison movies, and I did in succession. I did one called Home Team, which was a Kevin James movie.
Yeah.
I did Hustle, which was awesome to work with Adam on that.
Was he as nice of a guy as he seems?
I mean, he's a New Yorker. He's like just
Direct.
he is direct and real and genuine as fuck. Like, that's
him.
what I've always like. I love the man. Like, he is very blunt with me. I'm very blunt with him, and you know, he appreciates people around him that are, you know, just do the thing, like kind of attitude.
Oh my God, I am a New Yorker.
Yeah, no, and
Look, I know I'm a New Yorker, but I've been saying that shit for years. Like, just do the thing.
just do the thing. Yeah, just do the like. No excuses. Just do the thing. Just do the thing. And you know, I've been a big Sandler fan for my life, basically. So to get to work with him and be direct with him like that was a great fucking like just several years of my life. But I see Hustle. Then I did like a Tom DeLonge movie, the guy from Blink-182. He did a movie called Monsters of California. I did a bunch of random docs here and there about like Woodstock. I did one recently about Yacht Rock, which got nominated recently too. And
Nominated where?
I got for CAS.
Are you
Cinema
serious?
Audio. Yeah. So right now we're in the running to hopefully be nominated for an Emmy for that.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it was just a cool documentary for HBO about
What was Yacht Doc?
Yacht Rock.
Yacht Rock. What was
So
Yacht Rock?
it was music from like
doc
the
yacht rock.
late 70s, early 80s, from like Toto, from Steely Dan, from Michael McDonald especially, like the Doobie Brothers, like stuff like that just had like, it just had a smooth feel. Like Questlove did the doc with us, and he describes it as like, it's just movie that like just makes you bop in your chair, you know? It's like you're just there just bobbing along to it. And, you know, like one of the most famous Yacht Rock songs, if not the top one, is called What a Fool Believes. It's like, bung, gung, 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 gung.
Oh my God.
Bum, 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 bum. I come from somewhere back in-" You know, that thing. That is like a Yacht Rock anthem.
What,
So-
what is Yacht Rock as a category?
So
Because I feel like
back
these
then,
are all
it was
fantastic
just,
songs.
It was just like, you know, Kenny Loggins stuff back then. It was just rock, pop, kind of like jazzy R&B shit.
Let me see if there's an actual category.
But
Go on.
but like the reason it was called Yacht Rock after the fact was because there was like not a pre-YouTube, it was like an E-Bombs World web series where they just labeled it as Yacht Rock, like music that you'd be listening to on your yacht.
All right.
And that's why it got labeled that.
So it's yacht rock is a term for a style of soft rock music popular in the 1970s, early 1980s, often associated with leisure activity of sailing. Is categorized by smooth vocals, high quality production, and a focus on catchy melodies, drawing influences from smooth soul, smooth jazz, R&B, funk, and also disco.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So if you have HBO Max, go look at Yacht Rock. It's called Yacht Rock, a documentary, documentary. And it's basically gives you the rundown of what Yacht Rock is and all the artists that we interviewed. And that's all me. I gave that a nice little edit and mix. And that's like one of the most latest things I did. That same crew, I did it's not out yet, but it's a Rocky Horror Picture Show documentary that was made by the original guy who wrote the show.
Okay.
His son put it together, and you know the main composer is part of it. And then I just did a documentary for Becky G, which is a huge Mexican American artist from Inglewood. She's a sweetheart, and her music's fucking dope. She has a great song with Bad Bunny called Mayores. It's like it's like a mí me gustan los mayores.
So-
Yeah.
So you ended up working with a lot of big names and some cool projects. Have you had that like fanboy moment, almost like starstruck? Oh my God, I can't believe this motherfucker's in this role. I mean, yes, you always you remain professional at all times, but have you ever had to like?
The last time that happened, like in a really, 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 really major way, was when I back in 2008, I as working with Neversoft, we were working on the Guitar Hero Metallica game. Now, my time at Neversoft, I met a ton of huge people, like Gene Simmons, Taylor Swift, the people from Paramore. Yeah, it was nuts. Like I was part of the company that was forward facing with a lot of the big artists that would come to tour the office or be motion captured for the game and stuff like that. But I was one of the designers that was kind of assigned to work on the Metallica game.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things was about like 9 months before their new album came out, we got the masters before because we needed to start incorporating it into the game and dealing with it. So there was that aspect, but we then found out that Metallica was like super hands-on. And they started to come into our development studio to be motion captured and stuff like that. And I had moments with the band that I was like just shooting the shit. And it was kind of like I played music as a kid because of these guys kind of thing. And I'm kind of like, this is like it's one of the most full circle moments like ever was that. And I'm a huge fan of that band and what they meant to my childhood and like coming up as a musician and all that. So I could not deal with it. I was just like,
freaking out a little bit.
Nice to meet you, James. James Hetfield's like the lead singer, the main guy. And I'm just like, oh my God. But it's now become just part of the territory of like, especially where I am in my career, that this movie whatever it's an Anna Kendrick movie, cool, whatever, and then a few weeks later I find out that she directed it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Oh, she's gonna be in, and then she's there, and I'm like, oh, hi, hey, how you doing? It's just things like that where like
you're kind of used to it at this
yeah
point.
You get very used to like they're just people, and they're, especially if they're in a creative mode, then you are at the same place as them automatically. They're not like a higher person. Like when Adam, whenever I work on Adam's stuff, the most recent thing I did for him was his comedy special on Netflix, Love You. That was like one-on-one with him. It was just me, him, and the picture editor, Brian. And it's like, that is the most direct I've ever worked with Adam, of just sort of like, I mean, that's him up there on the screen. This is his show. It's his comedy special. It's like, it's him. This is his heart. This is his soul. And I have my hands on it. And it's like, there's a certain trust that goes with that. And it's like, you have to be able to just shut off the whole, like, oh, they're a celebrity, they're higher than me. It's like, we're all in the same place. We're all doing the same thing. And ever since basically that Metallica moment, almost 14, 15 years ago, I've just been able to just shut that off. I'm just like, I see them as
work mode.
Yeah, it's just work. It's work. It's the creative process. And if I let myself just get so distracted by like,
you do shitty work and they won't want to work with you.
Yeah, you'll just feel nervous, like that you're gonna upset them or something like that, and you get that out of your head. Just go away.
I think that's important too, because there's look, I'm not famous, not yet. After maybe in a year or no. Hey guys, sign up for the Patreon. Listen,
you're internet famous.
I'm internet famous, but I could imagine that at some point they don't want someone to treat them anything other than like a normal human being. And if they're in a creative process where they're trying to put out a product, which is their livelihood in very many cases, like Anna Kendrick's first directorial debut, she wants this to be flawless.
Yeah.
If the whole time you're like, ma'am, can you sign my t-shirt?
Oh,
it's going to fuck up.
People have lost jobs for less.
Yeah.
Like I'll be straight. It's one thing I very much learned about working with a lot of those like quote unquote celebrities is they really just want to be treated like you want to be treated.
Yeah, be a professional.
Like I know certain, I'm not going to name names, but like a lot of them specifically just do not like to be treated special. They just like, I'm just here to work. Like, do you want this? Do you want that?
Adam Sandler that shows up in basketball shorts at IHOP on a Sunday with his family. Yeah, he strikes me as a person who just wants to be treated normal.
Yeah, he goes and he's there to work. He shows up. He's there to work. Like he knows who he is, sure, but it's not one of those like he doesn't need to be constantly reminded who he is. There's a certain aspect of like he's there to do a thing, and you're there to do that exact same thing. So it's like, let's just do the thing, and we'll go from there. Career advice: don't get starstruck.
Yeah. As we're hearing, if you want him to sign your T-shirts, you're also going to lose your job at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, buddy. Here you go. Can you get this motherfucker out?
it's stage etiquette, professionalism. Like, think about that.
And also, like, there has to be a certain level of, if you're that starstruck and you're that focused on who they are as a celebrity, they might think you're not at the level that they need.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Like, they might be like, who the fuck is this guy new?
Yeah, exactly.
Should I trust him on my film?
Yep.
This guy's freaking out because he's seeing me.
Yeah.
Should we trust him with this budget? Like,
yeah.
This has to be that too. That's attached to it.
That is very much attached to it. Like, there's a gazillion dollars attached to a lot of the projects I've been doing. And it's like, you don't think about that, but that's why a lot of decisions are being made and why a lot of tempers are had and shit like that. It's like, we're just trying to save money.
Do the thing.
And, it's the money thing obviously can lead to a lot of crazy attitudes and things like that. But it's
But it makes sense.
Part of my job is to be a psychologist of the room and just keep everybody chill and moving along.
Yeah.
And that's why you get called back. Because if you're a good hang like that, but also do the work, why, any people want to keep working with you.
That's 100%. I was actually going to praise that about a lot of Adam Sandler specifically in this case.
Yeah.
He works with the same people. Very often you see the same actors. Billy Madison, that whole little universe, like Marvel has its universe. He has his Billy Madison universe. Like he has the same actors. He has the same homies. He has the same people who he looks out for. And I think that that's something I praise because not only, party's wrapping up soon. Not only does he hook up his people, but he takes care of them and makes sure that everyone's involved. But it has to be a certain level. We see directors want to work with the same people because, hey, you know what I expect. You know what I want.
You can anticipate.
Yeah, Tim Burton. You know exactly the vision I have. You keep putting it out there. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I enjoy working with you. It first started as a work relationship. Now it's someone I always fuck with.
Yep.
Like, you see people who could put your vision forward. Why would I work with anyone else? Why would we put the guessing game back into it?
Yeah. It's like, do you want to take that risk or not?
Yeah, exactly. Which is not when you have that much money on the line.
When there's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah. This is not a passion project. We're going to fuck around and find out. This is a major studio is funding this. This is going to be on Netflix, HBO, fucking to the theaters. I need this to go well.
Yes.
I'm gonna do my best to work with someone that can make this efficient. Why am I gonna fuck around and find out?
Yeah. Unless you want to.
I mean,
because that project calls for it. But yes.
That is 100% fair. It does seem like we are being beckoned. So no. The party's wrapping up.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm good. I don't care, but I'm not gonna get yelled at later on.
I have a long drive back to where we're staying.
Is it like 5 minutes away from here?
No.
Where is it?
It's in Claremont.
Jesus.
I know.
Tony.
Angie's mom lives down there, so we're staying at her place.
How many people live out there? Well, guys, we're gonna wrap up with 2 last questions, and then we're calling it.
By the way, this is just part 1. We're gonna do another one of these.
I'm 100% down.
Like, when I get back to LA, we'll schedule another one. We'll keep going.
Yeah, I'm 100% down. Guys, stay tuned for part 2 of this. There's so much more that we're going to have, obviously going to ask Tony. And when we do roll out the soft relaunch for the new show, is going to be called The Last Call Podcast with Arthur G, because Last Call.
I like it.
Well, we're going to see where that goes and where that looks like. And if guys sign up for Patreon so we can afford more music. But what is a dream project of yours? It could be a personal one or one in the industry. Someone you either want to work for, work with, or work alongside.
For me, I've said it now for a few years. I love doing really out there indie movies, and to do anything crazy like A24 or Neon that's sort of my pinnacle right now that I'm like going for. I have had a few close calls to like do some A24 stuff, but I would just love, because like those tend to have the teams and the creatives that just want to push the boundary of just what's normal, what we do. The closest I've had to that was Woman of the Hour, because Anna just felt
like an A24-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw the rough cut, I'm just like, oh my God, like this is that.
Look, I'm not ever trying. I mean, yeah, if she ever gets on the show, that's great. But I praise her. That
movie was nobody knows fantastic. That she had that in her. Yeah. People forget, by the way, she was nominated for an Oscar as an actress.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I didn't forget.
And you know, it's like because she is a real person.
People forget that just because someone's comedic does not mean they don't have like the acting chops. And because you've seen motherfuckers in rom-coms like Matthew McConaughey, you know, like all those things. He's a brilliant actor.
Yes.
Woody Harrelson from Cheers is a brilliant actor. Like you.
Even Adam.
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
Adam has range.
Oh my god.
Hustle, even freaking Uncut Gems, like stuff
oh
like that.
my god. What are the highest anxiety movies I've ever? Yes.
It's like he
Spanglish was okay.
He has a huge range that, you know, they get kind of put into the hole of like funny guy, especially character actor, funny guy. But it's Anna. I had no idea, honestly. Like I knew Up in the Air, and I knew that she was amazing in that. But she's been doing mostly these like kind of, you know, comedy like Pitch Perfect and Trolls and all that. And as soon as I saw the rough cut of the movie, I'm just like,
Who did this?
And it wasn't bought at that point. So I'm just like, oh my God, is this A24? Because it's like pretty A24-ish. But just to be clear about that answer is that like that process was as close to it as I can get. And in fact, it sort of holds the current pedestal for that.
Your favorite one?
Yeah, because it was so like she did not care about norms. She just like she knew that sound was going to help tell the story, and we did a great podcast about it. Me, her, the sound supervisor, and the guy who runs a SoundWorks collection, and we talked about how important that was to her. So like that's how I was in the room with her, that we can just really just make really insane decisions to help tell the story in a more kind of out there way, like the way like the substance works and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, it becomes a character in the movie instead of just being in the background and just sort of like invisible.
One of my favorite details is that you told me, obviously when we weren't on the pod, was that she wanted attention to detail.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I want time accurate, like of the time accurate cameras, microphones, what they actually use. Would that camera exist there?
Yeah.
I need to make sure someone's fact checking this. And she wasn't fucking around.
No, the typewriters in the scene at the LA Times, the sound effect for those typewriters are those typewriters. And she knew, I think she sent the sound supervisor the exact model number that they were and things like that. The lenses, the cameras that they rented to do the dating game parts. Like if you've seen the movie, like we cut in and out of those cameras a lot. Those are actual cameras from that era that they used for that.
That's insane.
And things like, and the mic that that our host Tony Hale's using, my engineer Aaron, he actually went on eBay and bought that mic, and then when he came in to do ADR, he did it on that mic.
That's awesome.
And that mic is from that era. It's like a vintage 70s mic.
That is so
And
dope.
he used it on set too. And we were just like, well, it's cool. Let's just grab one too. And she was very specific about like that kind of shit of just, and then she just wanted to learn, which was just led me to just be like, oh, let's play. And, you know, she sat next to me and I was teaching her how Pro Tools works and what the little red line does, which is like my volume automation for the music on this scene. And she's like, okay, make it this shape. And she would just use her hands to just make a shape in the air, and I would follow that shape with my fader and things like that. And it was just sort of like that creative back and forth, that collaboration. That's what I always yearn for, of just sort of like where I get that creative juices going. And because no matter what project I do, I glaze my donut, sure. But there's just every now and then you get the one where they're just like, well, what do you think? What do you want to do? And it's like, oh, okay. That means we're about to get play. So, yeah.
I'll say this from my own personal experience. Even when we were spitballing the idea for this music for my show, I'm like, hey, well, what do you think? Oh, this is the vibe I'm going for. This is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And you were hella excited about like, well, this is what I have going.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I was like, this man kind of hit it on the head of what I was hoping to get. I was like, all right, like, let's fuck around.
I caught a vibe.
He's like, I caught a vibe. This is what I figured out. This is what I wanted to do. But I think that's awesome that any project, big, small, it's much more about that, getting that energy and vibe from the client, I guess. Well,
yeah, it could. Yeah. You know, like, I don't care. The budget makes no difference to me, like, as the way that I approach it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I start every project.
We got bills. We got bills.
Yeah, we got bills. But like, you know, the time budget for them means time for me. So you get me for a week or you get me for 3 months. It's up, it's up to the budget kind of thing. But I'm going to approach it the exact same way. You're going to get the same quality of work no matter what. So as long as the client can understand that, it's like, oh, well, we can only afford this much. It's like, well, cool. I'm still going to give you the same quality level of work, but don't get fixated on like, well, this. And it's like, yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Like, I think there's obviously in part 2, we'll dig deeper into it, but there's nuances to your role. Obviously, like you said, you basically paid for my next 3 months. Yeah. Or you get me for 3 weeks, you better figure it out. Like,
if you figure it out, it's going to be great no matter what.
Okay.
Obviously, that it'll be more detailed or something like that if you have more time.
Yeah. And if like there's creative differences or something you want to change, or there's a different idea, there's something else. Okay, look, I know this scene looked like this. Is there a way we can make it this? Yeah. Do you get into those nuances of all that too?
Yeah. I mean, I can. Like, I have to like take pause sometimes because I got nominated for an Emmy for a mix that I don't think is done because I only had 6 days to do it.
We're going to take a quick break and we're going to wrap up with that story. Guys, when we get back, how are you going to get how good are you at your job that when you haven't finished it, we're right back.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you in part by Coach John Estrada of Run BMT Training, longtime supporter of the show and an absolute beast on the pavement. And for the record, this man just crushed the LA Marathon. And if you're looking to level up your running game, John's the coach to get you there. That's John with no H. Trust me, he's going to correct you. Whether you're training for your first 5K or tackling a full marathon, Run BMT, the coach is there, and John will have you running smarter, faster, and injury-free. So if you need expert coaching, hit up John at blackmattertraining.com and tell him I sent you. Now, he might not give you a discount, but he will make you a better runner. Again, that's John at blackmattertraining.com. Now let's get back to it. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we are back with someone who could do half of a project and still get all the awards for it. Like Tony. So you got nominated. We're supposed to close out. They could wait. They can wait like 10 more minutes. You got nominated for an Emmy for a project you don't consider done. What?
So the Weird Al movie.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah, the Weird Al Yankovic movie. I mixed that by myself. I had a great crew of editors. Anthony Venturi is the sound supervisor. Mike James Gallagher was our sound designer. They had a few weeks to do the editorial. Normally, in a budget inside that realm, I get time before the mix to just kind of get everything in place. Mm-hmm. But instead, it was like day one, go. And that movie was split up into what we call reels, which is like about 20-minute chunks of the movie.
Really?
So I did about, what was it? Like, we had 6 days total to do 5 reels. So I did a reel a day. And it was just go. And I mean, it was a complex, if you've seen the movie, it's a very complex sound movie.
I was about to say, I'm like, that's not something easy that you could probably do, right?
No. Okay. It was just like no breaks. It would just go. And, I'm very efficient with my time management and what I want to accomplish to get to like anybody that I'm like mentor of right now. The main thing that I tell them all is broad strokes. Just generalize as much as you can, and then go back and do the detail work. Like get your canvas in order, and then go in and do the details. Okay. If you focus on just like little bits of detail at a time, and to get the full picture, then you're going to take way longer than you need to. So I do really broad strokes on dialogue and music, and just to get stuff in kind of a pocket, and then after that, I have enough time at the end of the day to just go in and do all the little detail stuff I've been wanting to do.
And fine-tune it.
And normally in a movie of that caliber, I would have about 3 weeks, like 12 to 14 days, like business days to do the mix. About 2 days a reel, something like that. But on this one, I had 1 day a reel and no pre-dub. So I'm just like getting everything in order and go. So by like 4 p.m. every day, I might have a reel done. I'll watch it with the director and with Al. We'll take notes. We'll do those notes, move on to the next reel the next day. I think every day was about 12 to 14 hours. And just because we just needed to go. Okay. So that movie, on day 6, we had the playback with everybody. I got some extra notes in there quickly, and that was it. Hands off. Okay. Because that's all the budget could do. And I got nominated for an Emmy for that one. And I got nominated for a CAS, which is and I won that CAS. So it's like,
but I'm not done.
So it's like
Do you dismiss that a little bit? Like,
it's just, I had the moment of just like, well, what the fuck do I know then at that point of just like what I think is done.
That is beautiful.
Because it's like, what it gave me was just sort of like this sort of validation of just trusting my first instincts of just like how I approach it first.
Might be the best.
Might be what I end up back at anyway. So like, let me just have these great first instincts, do the notes to those first instincts, and then let it go. If that's all the budget allows. But now, even with the bigger budgets that I do that are longer time,
you in the back of your first instincts?
I still have that method now after doing the Weird movie. That was like summer of 2022 that I did that.
The Weird Al movie. Because just calling it a weird movie.
Yeah. Well, it was just called Weird. We just call it Weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, it taught, like, that's
I'm only saying it for like the listeners. I'm not correcting, but for listeners at home.
Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
Yeah, that's for the listeners. We obviously know what we're talking about, but I don't need someone at home being like, what? Why is the movie weird? What are they talking about?
It is a weird movie, though.
It's a unique movie.
If you've seen it. Yeah. It's a semi-true story.
I love those semi.
Yeah, no, it's
creative liberties.
It's ridiculous. Harry Potter's Weird Al. It's strange.
Fucking Daniel Radcliffe.
Radcliffe just owns it. But yeah, it's just, just to go back to that really quick, it's like that's the biggest thing that I learned from that was just to trust my instincts, because it's one of those like, I did that. The clients really put a lot on trust in me. Yeah. And then they had their notes that they had, and then we just had to move on and let go. We had to move on and let go because we had to. And to be recognized for that afterwards, I was just like, oh, well, damn. Okay.
Is there a part of you that's like, if you have given me one more week, I would have won?
Well, I won the CAS.
No, but I'm saying like the Emmy.
The Emmy, I lost to a dear friend of mine, so that's totally fine. That's fine. Lindsay and her team, they did Daisy Jones and the Six, and that's it was a very music heavy episode too, and I'm like, ooh, that's a good episode. I don't know.
It doesn't bother me if I lose to friends. I don't get bothered by losing often. Yeah, winning is great.
I get nominated against a lot of my friends now. Yeah. Like, so that's where I'm just like,
that peer group, right?
Yeah, it's that same peer group, exactly.
So it's, if you're rooting for the homie, it doesn't take food out your plate. Like, no, I want the people around me to be successful.
One thing that we all say to each other, and me and one of my great friends, Alex Furman, we both agree on this, and we know that a lot of our peers do, is that when I forgot this bourbon is so good. It's just basically like, when we prop each other up, we all eat. And that's it. It's like we all eat.
It's a rising tide raises all ships.
Exactly. So it's like, why are we going to be kind of like, oh, they got nominated. Oh, they won. It's like, why?
And even then, when you build that network, it's like, all right, if a peer is busy and hey, I can't really take on this project, but I have someone perfect.
Yeah.
They're actually this
first call. You want to be the first call.
Yeah.
Like I'm a few people's first call, and I have a few people that are my first calls. Yeah. And it's like, there's a level of trust that has to be, like, you have to give a person to be able to be like, that's their reputation too. Yeah. And so I can't important.
Put my name on somebody if I don't respect them and trust what they're doing, because then that looks bad on me, because going forward, someone's gonna have to trust my word, and I gave you shit. I gave you a shitty person. No. Yeah. So having the peer group and seeing them win, that's always great, man.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Okay, so the dream project kind of already happened, but was more so in the scope of like
more of those,
more of those in that same, like, I guess, bracket, like someone who's going to be bringing a new, very excited about their project approach, but also very much wanting to learn in something unique, right?
Yeah. Because even if it's not like a sound heavy picture, it's just a great experience on the stage that I'll always have of just like being part of that journey with them.
Yeah, we're a couple of years removed from Woman of the Hour, like at least doing that like production stuff. I know the movie didn't come out very long ago, a year ago.
What year are we in? 2025. October 23 it came out.
Oh shit, 2025. Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Time matters.
Oh my god, yes. I think so. No. It came out 24.
Okay,
it came out October 24.
Okay, cool. I was like, I feel like I had these questions.
Yeah. It was October 2024 because we went to the premiere like October something.
I apologize for everyone out here like fact checking.
No, but the thing is, I did mix that movie originally in 23.
That's why.
And then it came back when Netflix bought it, and we did a remix of it.
I remember we talked. We did a kind of a prelim interview where we touched base a little bit about it, and you were telling me about that process. Yeah. I'm a massive nerd, right? So I love when people are passionate about something. So when you talk, I try to listen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Even though sometimes there are moments where I was like, I have no idea what that means. I'd have to Google what you said afterwards, but I'm not trying to fuck up your flow.
But now you learned.
Yeah, now I learned. I was like, that motherfucker said some shit. I wrote it down somewhere. Where's that napkin? I wrote it down. He said something I didn't understand.
You need an app, dude. Just put it on the app.
I try, but there are people who are really iffy about being recorded, like while they're on a podcast.
True.
Well, we do have to go.
Yeah.
Because there are people waiting. But where can people find you? Obviously, everyone can find you everywhere because your name is everywhere and LinkedIn and everything.
Yeah, if you just look me up, like if you Google Tony Solis, TonySolis, you'll find me on IMDb. That's like my main credit list is on there.
Yeah.
And then I mostly spend my time on either LinkedIn or IG, Instagram, Tony Solis.
I got to give you credit for something. You are very, very transparent about when, like, hey, I'm working on this. Hey, I need push for this. I need drive for this. You're very transparent in your posts.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable. And I appreciate that because there are some motherfuckers, we talked about it, you're not really running around like I'm the king shit.
Yeah.
But you're vulnerable and that motivates and inspires people. I see people's reception to it when you put stuff on there and people are so proud of you. So I know it doesn't mean I'm not in the industry, but I love what you're doing and I'm proud of everything every time you accomplish something, I was like, I fucking love Tony.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm
not a peer, but I was still like,
it's a different industry, but it's like, it's people, it's just human nature of like,
I respect it.
If we're G's to each other, then I'm proud of whatever you do.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of whatever John does. Yeah. I'm proud of what
Savannah does. We're here
Savannah,
for Savannah.
Like I literally flew here for our homegirl, and it's because I'm proud of her. Yeah. And it's like,
bro,
there's that aspect of just like, come on, man.
When Rosanna and I got engaged, you guys couldn't make it, but you guys sent a badass decanter that I still have. I still use. I still have it. It's actually part of the background to some of my videos, but
hey,
because I want to
provide the props.
Yeah. No, I use it. I use it, but it's like one of those like I want to make sure it's displayed because it's pretty dope. But all right, so Tony Solis.
Solis. I am from Puerto Rico. But yeah.
You'd be surprised how many times I have to. Sorry, this is for bonus features, but I have to Americanize my last name because when I say Arthur Gaton, people were like, "¿Qué?"
Yeah, Gaton.
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 Where's that from? Where's that from?
Is that French? Gaton?
Is that French?
Like I'm so confused.
I could break down the whole Haiti, Dominican Republic thing, but just say Gatton if it makes you feel better.
People just say Solis. Sometimes I'm like, sure, whatever.
I want to say Solis all the time, but I'm
it's
like,
Solis,
cool, Solis. Guys, if you're enjoying what we're doing, we're going to do a part 2 with Tony as soon as we can. But we are being beckoned back onto the party floor because apparently we're the life of it all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, we're so goddamn entertaining. But like, subscribe, follow everywhere you can. It's bourbon_and_BS. You should be seeing the soft relaunch June 1st, as long as I get everything squared away and paid for the new podcast brand and logo.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to continue getting all the fun, uncut, and unfiltered aspects of our show, make sure you sign up to the Patreon. It's even the entry level of $1 a month will get you access to the behind the scenes, some informative backstories to the bottles, the industry, some funny stories, and some of my drunk thoughts, rants, and randomness from the shows. But please like, subscribe, give a 5-star review, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your ex-girlfriends, tell your teachers, tell your priests, tell everyone around you about the show because it's fun. Take care, guys. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid, and see you next week. Hey, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Burn, Termite, and Pest Control. I first met Joe Byrne on Full Frontal Nerdy Show and decided to give his company a try. They have been the best pest service I've ever had. From flexible scheduling, attention to detail, fair pricing, and everything you love about a small business, I highly recommend Joe Byrne and Burn, Termite, and Pest Control. It's a family-owned and operated business with over 30 years of experience in termite and pest. You can reach Burn, Termite, and Pest Control at 321-297-7985. Once again, 321-297-7985. And let them know Bourbon and Bullshit sent you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.